idea is to use Granulator to add some textures. I want them more close, and this is what I'm gonna throw into the Granulator. Resampling. Selecting our favorite fragments. I love granular synthesis, and I think it took me a while to understand how to use it on my music. You really can make beautiful things out of anything. If you don't know, granular synthesis is like a strange way of sampling, but the main interest comes in the way the samples are played. The sample gets broken into audio fragments called grains, and we can manipulate these grains, rearrange them, modulate, stretch. It might be hard at the beginning to understand how to use this besides just making random noise and being like, okay, this is cool, now what? So that's what I'm doing today. I'm using Resonator 2 for Ableton, which you can download for free if you own Ableton. I will be explaining what I'm doing so you can understand and not just copy what I do, but sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. These are all sounds from Sample Focus, and then another loop with some additional snares. The idea is to use Granulator to add some textures. Just a quick rundown. This is the sound that I'm gonna use as an example. Just like a very long path. As you can see, when I play with my keyboard, you can see it here, it's looping. These are the grains that I mentioned. So that's another thing that you can do with Granulator, it's making synths. And with the file position, we can navigate through the sample. Then we got spray. As we increase this, it starts to grab grains from further places. We also have like a filter section where we can change the pitch, FM. I downloaded some. What I'm gonna do is grab all of this into an audio channel right next to each other. Maybe change the pitch. I want them more close. Consolidate. And this is what I'm gonna throw into the Granulator. My idea is to make a MIDI clip here in the Granulator. I'm just gonna make one note, legato. Because the file position is stuck here, this is the only part that is going to be sounding, but we can make a simple automation. If we increase the spray, we get different results. Now we can play with the filter. Resampling. We are gonna be resampling a lot. We can create an audio channel and select resampling, or this channel if you want. I don't know how recent it is, this resampling option. We are gonna hit record with this loop while we modify some of these parameters. Just gonna play with the filter and the grains, maybe the pitch. I don't want to make this too long because the next part is going to be selecting our favorite fragments from this recording. What I like to do is copy or cut and paste. This is going to be the channel where I have them all. Play with the fades in and out, especially because you're gonna get like pops at the end, but also if you increase it too much, it can be plucky sound or like a reverse. The good thing is once you do this, you can save that and use it whenever you want. We can go crazier with the warp mode and like stretch and use texture mode. I'm going to create another audio channel so we can have maybe different effects on each. I'm still going to play with the texture. Also with the warp markers. I think they sound pretty cool, but we can now add some EQ, get rid of these annoying frequencies, and we can add more effects. For example, some delay here, make it ping pong, also some distortion, and maybe make this into a group. So now we can create a chain. If you are lost with this, don't worry. This is just making a copy. So one copy is going to have just delay and erosion, and the other is going to be a clean copy. And we can control how much of this we want. And we can throw different effects for the one up here. I'm just playing around very fast, so I'm not gonna go crazy, but this is what I meant when I said you can export this now. Cool loop, and here we have it, ready to use on any song. I'm going to be uploading this to Sample Focus at the end of the video, so you can download this exact loop if you want. Let's see another way in which we can use Granulator to improve this same song. Now we want some melodic stuff. Granulator again, and let me look for vocal. So I will be doing something similar as before. Maybe some movement here on the file position again. The idea is to turn this into like a beautiful chord texture. I do have some chords that I made. Nothing crazy. To this I added just some EQ and some chorus. So my idea is to combine the chords and this thing. There is a device from Ableton which is called Spectral Resonator. It works kind of similar as a vocoder in a way that we can control one sound with another sound. So in this case, we can select an input from MIDI. This Spectral Resonator is going to be playing these chords, but with this texture. It's on mono, but if we click here, we can make it poly. And here we can start to go kind of crazy and decide what type of thing we want to do. Some unison. Transpose it down. We can add an arp. Make an automation of the time of the arp so we get like variations. Now I'm going to freeze and flatten to turn this into audio. Also turn this into audio. I will save like a copy here just to have the chords if we want to do anything else. Freeze and flatten. Okay, so now I want to play with both of these. And we can still use more texture. Remember when you cut to do the fades? Maybe add some of this in a second channel, in reverse. And we can play also with this audio of the arp. Then we can do Ctrl J and do like fade in. I want to have some parts where this is more stretch. Remember that I saved the chords. I do want to use them. I want to do like maybe some reverb. I do have a bass here too that I prepared when I did the chords. An 808. Now with the drums, the moment of truth. To me, this sounds pretty cool. If you did like this or if it inspired you in any way, we appreciate a lot the support.
Samplefocus.com, that's where I got all of these loops that I showed you. You get 3 credits every week to download any 3 samples that you want for free. And if you run out of those credits, you can upload your own sounds and get 4 credits for each sample that gets approved. There is no reason to not check out what is on Sample Focus. You're going to find a ton of samples from producers like you. I hope you check it out.